All right, all right. Good afternoon, Who That Nation. Welcome to the WDN Chatline podcast. It's the host CB, and I'm here with my co-host, the MOD Saints Uptown. What it do, fam?
Yeah, what it do, what it do. What's happening? What's happening, what's happening?
Man, I'm
What's
having
going
a
on,
good.
Who That Nation? What's happening with y'all? Let's do it, let's do it.
Who That Nation. Hope you guys are having a good Sunday afternoon as well as we are. Today we're gonna bring you guys a fantastic show. Today we will open up the phone lines. It's gonna be based off of this just thoughts on the schedule release. We do know that rookie camp just occurred last week, but really not a lot of news other than we know Tyson still recovering from it, his hamstring. But today's show gonna be based off of the schedule release, and before we even get into it, as we know, we're gonna be basing our thoughts and opinion based off of what occurred in the 2025 season. Um, so what we're gonna like just say the lines. We know what type of season they had, so our expectations is gonna be with them being more of a powerhouse team. But just wanted to put that out there before we start because it's just thoughts and opinions. It's 0-0 with everybody. But let's just go ahead and get into the comment section before we get started. See my guy Hurricane in the building. What up,
What's
Hurricane?
up, Hurricane? Rock me like a hurricane.
OG, what it do, fam?
What's up, Junior? What's happening with you, Junior?
Shout out to B ranking too. I believe this is my first time seeing you, fam. Who that? Welcome to the podcast,
Yeah.
fam.
Who that? Nice to see you be ranking. What's up, bro?
Oh yeah, we're not gonna post little names that pop up, but for the Who That Nation, man, and anybody supporting the show, we definitely will be putting your comments and shout y'all out. So let's just go ahead and get ready. Oh, he said I'm sorry. All right,
Okay,
bet, fam. Well, welcome to the show
man.
then, man.
Because let me tell you, man, and I'm gonna say this, and we're gonna move on. I ain't gonna even elaborate on it. Trolls and all that stuff, right? Y'all must do not know who the hell I am. Junior, you better tell those people who come on here who the hell I am. I will have you feeling really, really bad about yourself. I really would. CB knows this. CB knows this very well.
Big
And
fat.
Junior, you knows this too. This is a show that you do not want to troll us. This this is a show, you don't. I'm gonna put it like this: you do not want to troll us, and I'm just gonna leave it like that.
That's a fact. So let's just we can go ahead and get started, man. I'm gonna go ahead and post the schedule for you guys that don't know. So I'm gonna just go ahead and read the schedule. We got the Detroit Lions week 1, Ravens week 2, Raiders week 3, week 4, Monday night with the Falcons, Fail Clowns, Friday the Vikings, week 6 the Giants, week 7 we'll go out to Paris, play the Steelers, and then we get a bye week. Perfect time. Week 9 the Browns, week 10 the Panthers, week 11 the Bears, week 12 the Bengals, week 13 the Packers, week 14 the Panthers, week 15 the Yucks, week 16 the Cardinals, and then week 17 Fail Clowns, then week 18 the Yucks.
Mm-hmm.
So
So there it is. Let me
so
start off by saying this, bro. They didn't give us the opening 2 weeks, bro, as a mother. You
mhm.
understand what I'm saying? Going on the road, playing Baltimore and Detroit. Although Detroit failed to make the playoffs last season, I still think that I still consider that's a pretty formidable team. You got to go up against Jameer Gibbs, Jameson, you know what I'm saying, and Adrian Hutchinson, and all that kind of good stuff that they got going on over there. I still think that that's a very good football team. I also think it's a well-coached football team. So that's going to be tough. You know, I think it's also going to be tough too. Playing week 2, going on the road to Baltimore. I don't know what it is, bro, but I think within the past 7 or 8 years or whatever, we only beat Baltimore like once or twice, you know,
Right.
and like the reason why that game is going to be formidable is because um, until they show me what they haven't showed me in the past 5 years, let's be for real, we haven't did a good job, man, in handling quarterbacks with mobility. You know what I'm saying? And everybody know that Lamar Jackson is probably the most mobile and most gifted mobile quarterback in this league. You know, so that's going to be tough. Although Baltimore left last season with something to be desired on their defense, and they also have a rookie head coach. You know, so that may work out in our favor. But those two games, and y'all might get mad at me when I say this, but it's the truth. We may end up going 0-2, okay? But don't freak off from that, you know, because I do see silver linings and stuff all over this schedule. They said that supposedly we have the second easiest schedule in the league, this
Right.
year. But I don't even like hearing that, CB, because remember that time when we had the quote unquote easiest schedule in the league, and Dennis Allen messed that up really, really bad. So I can't really go by, whether we got the whatever. And remember, all of that is normally based off from how teams finish the previous season. You know,
Fact.
there's always one or two teams, that finish really bad the season before that, but are much improved, the next season. So we can't really go by that. We got to play these games week by week, you understand, on a weekly basis, and not look into the future. But I'm going to reiterate that, right? I will be happy. I will be thrilled if we end up 2-0. Thrilled.
Yes.
I will be satisfied if we end up 1-1 after the first 2 weeks. And I will not be surprised if we ended up 0-2 after the first 2 weeks. Okay.
Yep.
That don't mean that I'm not, optimistic about the team or nothing. It's just that those two particular opponents, the first 2 weeks of the season. What do you think, CB?
I agree with what you said. Who that nation? We can't panic. These is two powerhouse teams. I know how Detroit ended their season. They didn't even make the postseason, but the NFC North, that's a tough division, and the whole NFC was stacked. So I still consider the Detroit Lions as a powerhouse playoff team. And then you got to think Dan Campbell this year. I believe he's definitely going to be on the hot seat because the team he had, they were supposed to be in the NFC Championship um,
Mm-hmm.
game, and they hadn't got there. It was just always divisional round. So you just gotta watch out for them. I know they definitely gonna be hungry. So just based off of the 2025 season, and then you get Pacheco in the backfield. I know they lost Montgomery, but Pacheco, he's not that far from Montgomery. He may be a little bit better. Um, I don't
I
think
was,
he's more of
I was
he's
surprised
not
to see him leave Kansas City. To be honest with you, I thought the dude, even though his season wasn't all that great, but Kansas City's season wasn't all that great last
right.
season. So, I always thought that Pacheco was a quality back. And I think that that's somebody that, going into that game, we got to treat him just like he's a quality back. We got to
Yes.
treat him and Jameer Gibbs the same way, going into that game. I hope that that's the game plan that they have, entering the season.
Now with that being said, I agree with everything you said. If we 0-2, I'm not gonna be shocked. I'm not gonna be shocked because these are two powerhouse teams. Now, if we go 0-2 and the way it gets done, like if we get blown
Yeah,
out like three
yeah.
to 45 and 3-38, so if we getting blown out like that, then that's gonna let me know that we're not where, and I'm not expecting us to be in the powerhouse. Now, if we in the powerhouse, that's just the good, the gravy. But I'm not expecting us to be in that powerhouse class just yet. We're trending there, but yeah, if we get blown out like 3-38 or 3-45, then yeah, that's a because you do
That would
that.
be a reason for concern. That would be
Yeah,
a reason for concern.
most
But if
definitely.
they look competitive in the games, you know, even if they lose by say double digits, say it's a 30 to 20 or something like that or whatever, you know, I can feel, satisfied in that or whatever. Maybe the ball went our way this way and this play or that play. We don't turn it over here. We capitalize off the turnover there. It got to be something like that.
Yeah,
I don't want them coming out just laying a damn egg. You know, now that would be bad.
all right.
Now, okay, moving on to week three. We should win week three, bro.
And really, and the reason why I know the reason why you said it like that because if we start off 0-2, all of the games up until the bye week, we should be competing in these games.
The reason that's the reason why I say we should win that game is because
Yes,
not only we're going to be facing potentially facing a rookie quarterback or a old ass Kirk Cousins. You know what I'm
yes,
saying? That's a rookie head coach, that's a rookie quarterback, and I think that this team should want to um show what's they quarterback, what's they coach name? Hold on.
the our coordinator, the coordinator that we just had, the
QBX.
shadows,
QBX.
yeah,
QBX.
yeah,
Yeah, we should want to show QBX something, you know what I'm saying? And judging the way that he left and all that. You see what I'm saying? So we should be able to, should want to show him something. Show him, hey, look, you probably should have hung around us a little bit longer or something like that. You know what I'm saying? Because, like, the way that this all went down, the way he left, well, the coaching staff was getting fired and stuff anyway and all that. And plus, I personally think that he wasn't showing at the end of the season. I don't think that he was showing as as much ability as he showed at the beginning of the season. It seemed like he just got caught up in the rapture and he didn't really care anymore. And it seemed like he went over there to Seattle and he looked like he really cared and gave a damn. And their offense looked, pretty functional, throughout the whole course of the season. So I think that we should win our home opener. Okay. And
yes.
then I think we should win the next game too. And I'm not just saying that because it's the Falcons, punk ass. You know, I think if I'm not mistaken, that game may be the anniversary of the one game when Steve Gleason blocked us the game that started our renaissance. You know, so we should want to show up and show out that particular game. And also, right, In that week, we don't know if we're going to be playing against Tua Tagovailoa
Mm-hmm.
or Michael Penix. We don't know which one of those quarterbacks that we're going to be going against, in that week. And I don't think that we should allow any one of those quarterbacks to look good on us, whether it's Tua or Michael Penix. You know, so in reality, I'm looking. We should at least start off the season, the first quarter of the season, 2-2, at least, at the least. You know, so I hope, man, they should be jacked up for that Monday night game going against the Falcons, especially right since the fact that last season, Kellen Moore, you got swept by the Falcons.
Yes.
And I heard stories, if it came out of your mouth, stuff you were saying out of your mouth, that made it a bit uncomfortable around there. You understand? And now that you understand, the magnitude of those games, I think you should put a bit more emphasis in those. So I see 2-2 at least. Now where we go here? What is the Vikings? They punk ass. Oh boy.
Will that young quarterback be starting? What
No,
is
they
what?
probably gonna be they probably gonna be starting Kyler Murray.
Yeah.
Um, this game, right? I'm gonna say is a W. Although I'm gonna be honest with you, is not a strong W. You know, and I got my reasons for that. Although they do have Kyler Murray. If Kyler Murray can get that ball on a consistent basis to Justin Jefferson against our inexperienced corners, and I still call them inexperienced, you know, it can be a long damn day for us because
Yes.
Jefferson is the truth. You know what I'm saying? If they can develop any kind of chemistry and Jefferson can be able to, to beat our coverage, that could be a long day for us. Another reason why I say that too is because whether you people like him or not, or whatever he went through as far as the NFL is concerned, that defensive coordinator is a real good defensive coordinator they got. And who knows, he can probably, come up with a game plan that may be effective against Tyler Shook. You know, I'm not going to discount that. We can't discount that. There's tape now out on Tyler Shook.
Right.
Once when the tape is out, bro, those people get paid millions and millions of dollars too to try and figure out how to stop Tyler Shook. Okay, and that's where I see the danger at. But um, in saying that, right, that team didn't really look all that good last year. You know where I'm at. You know where I'm at. They didn't look all that good, last season. And there's not all that much optimism about what they're going to look like this season either, because who knows, right? Maybe Kyler Murray is finished, CB. For all we know, he might be finished now. You know.
All
And
right.
then they got that other kid, McCarthy, you know, who looked like he's a bust. So if Kyler Murray, that team gonna go as Kyler Murray go. If Kyler Murray ain't looking that good, this season, then they not gonna look that good this season. And who knows? I'm not gonna discount our defensive coordinator. Maybe Brandon Staley can do an excellent job at doing something that can take Justin Jefferson out of the game. You know, but that one, I'm gonna call that one a W for right now until I get more information.
Yeah, I'm gonna take that one too.
Okay, who we got next?
We got the Giants.
I'm gonna call that one a W too. CB. The Giants, they got a new head coach. He's not a rookie head coach, but he's a new head coach nonetheless. They got John Harbaugh over there. And I thought that we looked good against the Giants last season. Remember, that's the only game that you know that Spencer won. That was his only dub. And our defense looked excellent against them last season. Remember, we got 5 turnovers against them.
That was one of Kool-Aid's good games.
Yeah, that was one of his better games, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna call that a dub too. And I think we on the road too, aren't we? Aren't we on the road? That's a road game too.
The Giants, we are. No,
Yeah,
they at
we
the
on the
crib.
road. We on the road.
No, they at the crib.
Yeah, we on the road. Okay, now the next game is the Steelers game overseas. Right.
Yeah.
I heard people in Saints media saying that because of the travel obligations, and then I heard there's a whole lot of stuff that that the NFL wants the teams to do to promote this game, in London. But I'm going to call that one a W2. Okay. Because despite them having, they don't even know whether this dude, Aaron Rodgers, is coming back or not. And if Aaron Rodgers doesn't come back, then they got that dude that played Sam, what's his name, that played for Ohio State. He would then be their quarterback. That dude does not scare me. A Mike McCarthy coach team does not scare me. Their defense have looked vulnerable, very vulnerable the last couple of years. Although I think that they do have a pretty decent back end. You know what I'm saying? With Joey Porter Jr. and that dude Asante Samuel Jr. Okay, this will be a game. This probably will be a game that will really test our young receivers and all that. Okay, well they re-signed him. Well, regardless of if they re-sign him or not, I don't fear Aaron Rodgers.
Yeah, not at this stage. I don't.
Okay? Well, as a New Orleans Saints fan, we ain't never feared no Aaron Rodgers. You understand? Aaron Rodgers ain't never handled us like that.
No.
Not even when he played for Green Bay. You understand? Y'all remember the game and stuff when Jameis went in there and kicked their ass. We did that with Jameis. So I don't fear no Aaron Rodgers. And I don't fear the Steelers. You understand? We got a damn good record against the Steelers. The Steelers beat us that COVID year. And they hadn't beaten us in the last 8 or so games. And we didn't beat their ass even when they had Antonio Brown and people like that. When they had Palomalu, you understand, and all those kind of people, and we still used to kick their ass. So I don't fear the Steelers. So, okay, I see. So what that is? What we be doing? Where we at now? We at what, 6-2, 4-2, something like that?
No, we're at 4-2. We got a bye week.
4-2,
So
okay. And that bye week comes at a that's a really good time.
Yes.
Coming from London. This is the best time that we had a bye week, in years, So that's an excellent bye week. So we come off the bye, and we gonna play possibly Shadir Sanders. and the Cleveland Browns. I'm calling that a dub too. And who knows, Shadir Sanders may be very much improved this season. That's if he becomes a quarterback, because I'm still hearing that may be in limbo.
Right.
They did come out last year. They ended up having a good tight end. That tight end they drafted. I do think that running back they have is going to be improved too this season as well. But I can see Brandon Staley putting together a game plan that can limit them. You know, I can see that happening right now. I think that we're gonna have to have what's gonna be problematic. And let's be for real, right? Is that we're gonna have to really try and neutralize their defense. Their defense is good, you know. And then they got that boy Myles Garrett. This is gonna really, really test, Kelvin Banks Jr. You
Yeah.
understand? Because that's a real quality pass rusher. You're gonna be seeing a couple of quality pass rushers. In the first week, that's Aiden Hutchinson.
Yep. Then you get Matt. No. I forgot the Matt deal got. You gonna see Trey week too.
Yeah, then we
So
see
yeah,
Trey week 2, Trey Henderson.
yeah,
You understand? Now, I don't know what's going on with the Raiders, whether we're going to see Max Crosby or not. We don't know what's going on with the Falcons. Whether that boy who got in trouble, you understand, whether he going to be able to play or not. Because that dude was pretty good last season. He ended up with 10 sacks as a rookie.
yeah,
As far as the Vikings is concerned, it ain't really, quote unquote, they don't have no premier pass rusher, I would say. But they, just the fact that they got a damn good defensive coordinator there with Brian Flores. As far as the Giants is concerned, you're going to be seeing possibly Thibodeau. And what's that boy name that they drafted last season, man? Out of Penn State. Abdul Carter. That's his name. So that's, this offensive line going to be getting tested, bro.
yeah,
The Steelers and stuff, you got to go against TJ Watt. The Browns, you got to go up against Myles Garrett. Okay, now after that, we see them punk ass. Y'all know how I say that. Punk ass. Straight punk ass Panthers. You understand? We see them. I'm calling that a dub. Although they spent all that money, on the defense, I'm still calling that a dub.
yeah,
You understand? Because it seemed like they handled them pretty good, last season. And Tyler was a rookie, man, and he went in there and did what he had to do against them. And I'm convinced, right, that their best corner just will not check Chris Olave. That's Chris Olave's son, Mr. Horn. I mean, he makes you look bad all the time.
and I thought he was gonna be like one of the premier shutdown corners coming out. I know he had that early injury, but I thought he was gonna be like a lockdown.
He pretty much is. He's a good cornerback, except when he play Olave. I'm just being honest.
Right.
So he looked pretty good and stuff, except when he plays Olave. Olave is like his kryptonite, bro. Whatever reason. And he had a pretty good season last season, to be honest with you. Except those 2 games in which he played against the Saints. He looked really bad. Now, who we got going on here is the punk-ass Panthers. It's the Yucks. Now, I'm going to be honest with you, bro. We're going to end up splitting one of these games.
Yeah. It really for I work with a Bucks fan. he thinking they took an L with getting rid of Mike Evans. I was like, man, I'm gonna be honest. Y'all really not gonna miss him because he wasn't available. He wasn't available 85% of the time. He always had a hamstring or a knee. It's like so. I mean, y'all don't know why y'all was relying on him like that. So
And plus, the dude that they got in, bro, from Ohio State last season was outstanding. He was
yeah,
fabulous.
yeah.
You understand what I'm saying? So I don't. Let me see. Let me see. Is this the one on the road? I think we lose that game. We lose to the Yucks
Wait,
on the
let's
road
see.
right there. Who that
Yeah, that's
nation?
on the road.
We lose that game to the Yucks on the road. Who that nation? I think they stop our little roll. We go on a little roll with a little winning streak. I think they stop it. You know what I'm saying? Evans don't play for them no more. Um, the Cardinals. If we don't win that game, I'm gonna be looking at us all kind of ways funny.
We just gotta
You
worry
understand?
about Jeremiah.
Yeah,
That's pretty
just
much.
stop Jeremiah.
Yep.
You know, and another thing too, right? That boy, what's his name, looked good on us last season too, bro. That Marvin Harrison Jr. dude, they messed around and they was. I don't know if y'all remember how that game went last season. They contained him pretty much in the first half. He went off in the second half. You know, that's a game, right, bro? He made Kude look pretty bad. You know, so I'm thinking that this may be the game that Kool-Aid and the whole defense want to get their lick back from last season. And I think the offense want to get their lick back too. And particularly Jawan Johnson. Because remember, a lot of people blame him for the loss with that drop touchdown in the end zone. Remember that one?
Yep.
So that should be a dub. Okay. Now we play against the Falcons again. I think we gonna sweep them, bro. Yeah, I said it. Falcons getting swept.
Yes. Just the quarterback name, that's automatic sweep. On my end.
Falcons getting swept. And our last game, I think we win that game, and that completes the split between the Yucks and us. We win that game. Tampa Bay come to the Terror Dome. They get their brains beat out. So that's what we say. Now we want to hear what y'all say. We've been checking out some of y'all comments on the side. We want to hear what y'all say about that.
It
Also,
says
let's just do a
yeah.
little caveat out here a little bit, right? We are aware that they did have rookie minicamp. Okay. Um, we heard that from all reports on the first day of rookie minicamp, Jordan Tyson looked fabulous. Okay. They also say Berrien Brown that he looked fabulous. They also say that Bryce Lance looked fabulous. But these are dudes with just a helmet on, not even no shoulder pads, just running around out there. So, you know, that's about it. So what did we end up with? What would that all equal up to? Were you paying attention on CB? What was it?
Let's see. So we 4-2 after the bye. 4-2, 4-2, 5-2, 6-2, 7-2.
Oh, we forgot a game.
The Bengals.
We forgot a couple of games, as a matter of
We
fact. How the hell
forgot the
we skip
Bengals and
those?
the Bears.
We skip games, bro. We got to finish this out. That Bears game, we win that game. The reason why I think we're going to really win that game and we're going to put major emphasis on that game is, remember, we lost to the Bears last season. And we look bad. We look bad against the Bears. And I think that detoured or derailed these guys wanted to get their lick back on Dennis Allen. I think we get our lick back this season on Dennis Allen. So what that is? 4-2, 5-2. What that is? What we looking at? 5-2, 6-2. That's 7-2 right there, huh?
I don't think we win that Bengals game.
No, we're gonna lose that game.
I think they gonna shake back.
I think we lose that game, and I think we lose the next game too. CB. I think we
What?
lose to the Bengals and the Packers.
Okay, so that's seven. That's 7-3, and then 8-3 with the Panthers. 8-4 after that first matchup with the
Yeah.
Bucks, and then 9-4 Cardinals. 10-4, 11-4. Where's the 12th game at? 11-4. What game we miss out on?
We didn't miss something. We didn't miss. We talked about everything. And we talked about the Packers.
So
We
our losses is gonna be the Packers, the Bengals, one game with Tampa Bay,
the Lions, the
the
Ravens,
Lions and Ravens. So 12-5.
12-5. Yeah, that I know people tripping off from that. And they say, "Wow, y'all really bugging." But I'm not, man. You understand what I'm saying? When I'm looking at, the landscape of how those teams are, and yes, I'm mainly basing it, it's a lot based on how they finished last season and the stuff that we seen from them last season, you
Yep.
know. And keep in mind, right, there's one or two of these games that me and CB talking about that we gonna end up losing. Just like there's one or two of these games that we think that we're gonna lose that we're gonna end up winning, you know. So keep that plus minus thing, keep that in on your mind too when it comes down to that, you know. So that's 12-5, and I don't think that's unreasonable, to be honest with you. You know, a part of me saying it may be unreasonable, but I don't think it's unreasonable. I mean, like I say, I'm considering it all on how the team finished, last season and all that kind of stuff. And the reason why I say that Bengals lost, it ain't because I'm being such a Homer LSU fan and all that stuff, man. But going up against Joe Burrow and Chase, that's just something, that's a big thing to go up against. And I think too this year that they're gonna have that their defense gonna be much improved this year, as well. I don't think that their defense is gonna be as bad as it was last season. And Green Bay was a good playoff team last season. I think they almost made it to the NFC Championship game, or did they? Last season.
Green
CB.
Bay, they I
They
think
went
they
deep.
was they was out of the wild card, but
Okay.
they didn't have Parsons.
Yeah. Okay. But I think that that's a team, man. I think that they right now that's a team that's that's in contention. I think they got good coaching. I think they have a collection of really good players, and I just don't think that we on that level yet. You know, and I'm just being honest with you. So that's going to be the real rough patch of our season because I see us losing back-to-back games. Those 2 weeks as well. So that's 12-5. Um, if anybody disagree, you know, call us up, man. Let's get it in. You know what
All
I'm
right, so
saying?
I'm about to put the link in the comment section. You guys call in, let us know your thoughts on the schedule, and just like Uptown said, man, this is just prediction. We based it off of the 2025 season. Now we were definitely accurate on how teams played in the 2025 season. It looks accurate if we come out, and we really don't know how we gonna come out. So um, just predictions, man. Just predictions.
Yep, just predictions. And if for some reason why y'all seen a game that you guys think that that we may have called wrong or whatever, come up, man. Listen, we love to hear your take on it all. Y'all know how we rock.
All right.
Okay, where's my people at, man? Where's my peoples?
Okay, I see we got Hurricane Mike in the
Yeah, rock
building.
me like a hurricane.
What it do, y'all?
Y'all know we don't. Y'all know damn well I'm just playing with that. We don't want no hurricanes. Y'all know
Yeah.
we don't mess around where we from. We don't want that kind of drama. But let's hear it, man. What you got, hurricane? What you got?
Yeah, I mean, with the schedule, I like some of the stuff that you were saying. I do think we will start off 0-2 because going to Detroit and going to Baltimore, that's like two things. Like the Saints win, great, but like those are like two games. I'm happy that that the season starts off with two of our toughest games because I don't want to play them down the line where playoffs could be a play. So I'm happy that we start the season off with them and got them out the way. And then I think we're gonna win our next two against the Raiders in Atlanta, and Atlanta, they are the reason I think we're gonna beat the Raiders because I think we're just overall the better team. But the reason I think we're gonna beat Atlanta, not just because Atlanta's trash, but because Dome, like it's the 20-year anniversary of Dome coming. You know the Saints ain't gonna try to lose that. You know they're gonna be out there hard hitting. You know they're gonna try to. They might even get a couple flags thrown at them from an unnecessary roughness, man. You know they ain't trying to lose that game. Being 20 years and Atlanta being soft. Now, I ain't gonna lie, the Vikings game after that, I ain't gonna lie, I do think the Vikings will beat us because I think it comes down to the Saints just can't play running quarterbacks well. And Kyler Murray, for whatever reason, is running quarterback, and I don't think the Saints defense will be able to adjust. And also, I don't think Kool-Aid will be able to guard Justin Jefferson. I don't think anybody in our secondary can guard Justin Jefferson. So I do think the Vikings take that one. Um, and the week after that against the Giants, I think the Saints do. I think they'll get back on track with the win. Hold on. All right, bye. All right, but yeah, I think the Saints beat the Giants after that. Who do we have after the then we have the Steelers, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think the Saints beat the Steelers. It's in Paris. I think the Saints beat the Steelers. I think with it being in the morning, like to them, I think it's gonna be in the afternoon. But I don't think Aaron Rodgers and the Steelers. 'Cause the Steelers got a lot of old folks, so I don't think their body's gonna be able to handle the Saints. Then we have our bye, and then we come out of it beating the Browns. I think the Browns could be one of those games where the Saints could lose a game that they're supposed to win, but I'm not going to predict it. I think the Saints beat the Browns. And then after who do we have after the Browns?
After the Browns,
Who's what was it? Week
Punk
10?
ass, punk
we
ass
got the
Panthers. The
Panthers.
punk ass Panthers.
Panthers. Yeah, I think the Saints. I think they split with the Panthers. I think they split with the Panthers, and then the Bears. I think we go to Chicago, and unfortunately, I do think the Bears beat us. And look, like, I understand they want to beat Dennis Allen, and trust me, I do too. But I think the windy conditions, because like if you remember last year when we played the Bears in Chicago, Saints probably could have won that game, man. But like the windy conditions, right? Rattling the offense was slipping all over the place. So I don't know because that's when I think that game's gonna be in November or either October or November. I think the game
Yeah, but
is.
I don't.
And
But in reality, though, right? Not that. I just want to say this, right, and then I'm gonna let you finish. Just because it's November, right? Now, if that game was December, January, something like that, right? I think I would be more concerned about what the weather conditions were. But I want you to complete what you're saying.
well, yeah, like I understand, but I mean, it's the Windy City for a reason, and like November, I think still falls into that category where it's like, because like Chicago, like I'm not saying there's gonna be like snow on the field, but I think the wind starts picking up towards October, November. Therefore, I do think because like the Saints being a dome team, they're not used to I just think playing the Bears. I think the Bears, I think they're overall. They have a lot of talent on that team, and I'm not saying the Saints don't, but I think the Bears, they're going to use the talent and I think the conditions to their advantage. I could see the Saints stealing one in Chicago, but I'm going to play on the safe side and say the Bears get that one.
They well coached too, bro. Although they got old punk ass Dennis coaching them. You understand, coaching their defense. They is well coached, bro. That Ben Johnson is a good damn coach.
Right. And I think that starts actually a 4-game losing streak for the Saints, because I think we're going to go to Cincinnati and unfortunately lose to the Bengals because I think the Bengals, they just have great talent. And then I think the Packers at home, I don't know. I'm 50-50 on that game. I did give it to Green Bay because I do think Josh Jacobs is going to play a factor in that game because I really like Josh Jacobs and Jordan Love. Now, I could see the Saints stealing that one at home. But the Packers, I just think, the Packers, they're just going to be that's just going to be a game that the Packers, they're just going to, I think you're just going to get beaten I think you're just going to get beaten by a better team that day. I'm not saying that the Packers are a better team than the Saints, but I think that day, I don't know, I just have this feeling that they're going to get that win. And then I think we're going to lose to Carolina because I think, we split the season series there. But then we beat Tampa Bay, right? We beat them. And then we shit on the Cardinals. I'm talking about that game over at halftime. That's how it should be. Then we play Atlanta. I think it's sweep Atlanta. There's not I look at that bowl of vanilla ice cream that they call a football team, and I don't see one concerning factor. Bijan Robinson and Drake London are their only two players that I even think about. But I mean, the Saints have Caden Ellis, who played with Bijan, who knows how to shut that boy down, and Drake London. He's never terrorized the Saints, so I was like, I'm not scared of that dude. I mean, the Atlanta beat us last year without Drake London because Drake London's not a factor. So yeah, I think Atlanta. I think they get swept, and then I think we come in Week 18 and sweep Tampa. So I think the Saints finish with a record of 10-7, if my math serves me correctly. So 10-7, I think.
A lot of quote Saints media have been saying that too, so that's not unreasonable what you said.
Right. I think with the Saints being a young team, I think they will go through growing pains at some point during the season. Could they go 12-5? Yeah, I could even see them I could see them winning some games that I had them losing. I could see them beating the Vikings. I could see them beating the Bears. I could see them maybe pulling out one of those first two games. But I think if the Saints schedule being on the conservative side, I'm gonna say 10-7. I think their ceiling is about 13-4. I think their ceiling. Now their floor, if stuff hits the fan real quick, I think is 7-8 wins. Depending on if injuries happen and stuff like that. But if I'm just picking if I was to put my money on a final record for the Saints, I'm saying 10-7.
Yeah, that sounds good.
Okay.
Appreciate the take, man. That was a damn good take too. Okay, Mike. Appreciate you, man.
10-7 is a big jump.
Yeah, that's good. You understand? We would take that because I think 10-7 may be enough to win the NFC South.
Oh, yeah.
I appreciate you, Hurricane Mike. Who that, baby?
All right, who that?
Shout out to my guy Hurricane. Next, we got the OG Jerry Poor. Jerry, what it do, fam?
What's good? What's good? What's shucking with it, fellas?
Yeah, suck it. Let's suck it. You did.
Suck what you heard.
We getting sucked tonight.
We getting sucked tonight, baby. Let's go.
Let's go. So what you say, man? What say you?
Oh, Uptown, CB. Hope all is well. All is well in my end. Like you say, we just doing predictions just for fun. I don't know how it's gonna happen in real life, but we're just doing this for fun after the schedule release came out. So what I got, starting with Detroit, I can see us go 1-0. I can see us go 1 win and no loss.
So you think we're gonna beat you?
But I'm not saying it's not going to happen. But it's my opinion.
No, man. I mean, all of this is in fun, man. So you really think that we
Yeah,
gonna
yeah.
okay?
Week 2 in Baltimore, I got us losing that game. Like I was saying earlier, if the Saints go 1-1, I mean, I'm okay with it.
Okay.
Week 3, the home opener against the Raiders, I got us winning that one. And then Monday Night Football. As much as these Falcon fans talk so much trash, I want to beat them at home. That's 3-1.
Okay.
Cause they talk so much noise over there uptown, it's ridiculous. And you know how I feel about them Falcons.
Say, bro, I think too, brother, Kelly Moore. I think that Kelly Moore under. You hear what I say, CB and Jerry?
Yeah.
I think Kelly Moore really underestimated that rivalry. He practically said it himself that he kind of underestimated that rivalry. He probably thought that that he didn't probably realize. As a matter of fact, it just came out his mouth. He just didn't realize how intense that rivalry was. So I think that now that he knows what's going on, I think he's out to cut them down to the white meat.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? But I'm
Yeah.
going to continue. Going on to continue, John.
Yeah, that is a hated rivalry. The hate is real uptown. But now, going to week 5 against Minnesota, I got us winning that game. So that's 4-1. Going up to the Giants in week 6 with their new coach and John Harbaugh, depending on the things go, we might go 4-2. Because I mean, my heart tells me they're gonna win that game, but in reality, we might lose that game. So I'm looking at 4-2. And then on to Paris. Oui, monsieur. In week 7 against the Pittsburgh Steelers, I got us winning that game. So that's 5-2. And then we got the bye week, so so you ain't got to worry about stressing yourself on the bye week. We won that one. After the bye week, week 9, we got Cleveland coming in town. We got Shador coming in town. That's 6-2. Week 10, we got the punk ass Panthers at home. That's 7-2. And then on the Chi Town for week 11 against the Bears. Like I said, my heart tells me we might win, but in reality, we might lose that game. So I got us losing that game, going 7-3.
Okay.
Cincinnati. The way things might go, they might prove me wrong, but I got us losing that game. So that's 7 what's that? 7? Yeah. So it's 6. Yeah,
7
that's 7-4.
7-4.
Yeah, 7-4. I got us losing that game unless they prove me wrong. And then we come back home for week 13 to play the Green Bay Packers. I got us winning that game, so that's 8-4. And
Ooh.
then we got Tampa, and then I think we got Tampa Bay at their house. Oh no, wait a minute. That's what's that? Week 14?
Yeah. Let me see it. 14. Yeah.
Because I know week 13 is the Packers. No, that's the Panthers. My bad. That's at their house. We're gonna sweep them. That's 9-4. And then week 15, that's when we go to Tampa Bay to face the Yucks. That's gonna be 9. I'd say 9-4. And then week 16, we got the Arizona Cardinals. That's gonna be a win. So I think that's 11-4 if I'm correct. And then of course the Falcons again at their house, which is our second home. As y'all know, we are New Orleans West. Over there's New Orleans East. So I just want to clarify that. Because that is our second stadium. They're just living there rent free. So I got us winning that game. I got us sweeping the Falcons. So that's 12-4. and then week 18 to close out against the Yucks again. We win in that one. So that's 13-4. That's my prediction. I'm not saying it'll happen in real life, but I would love to have a winning season and making the playoffs. Because after 5 straight years of missing out on the playoffs since 2020, it's time to come back. It's time to come back. 5 years is too long, CB, Uptown, and Chat. 5 years is too long. I want to go back.
Okay, man. I'll let you get it out. But there was two surprises you had on there.
What's that?
I don't think any one of us, not CB, not even Hurricane, or myself, right? None of us got us beating the Packers.
None?
But you got us beating the Packers. And another surprise is that we all thought that we would beat the Giants, and you got us losing to the Giants.
Yeah.
All right, that's okay, bro. I'm gonna see if I can remember some of this. This video gonna still be up. We'll see how this will be real interesting, to go back and check this out and really, have fun
Yeah.
with it, all that stuff. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, because like you were saying, like you were saying, Uptown, this is just for fun. I mean, because we don't know what's going to happen in real life once the season starts. So,
Oh, we appreciate you coming through, brother.
yes, sir.
You understand what I'm saying? And
Yes, sir.
we got mad love for you. You
Now I got mad love for you guys as well.
You heard me?
Mm-hmm.
So let's see we gonna move on. Let's see who else coming up here. Who that, baby?
For life.
Shout out to Jared. Okay, next we got B Dub.
That's my man.
B Dub, what it do, fam? It's been a
What
minute.
up? What up, baby? How y'all doing?
It's been a minute, bro. What's up, B
I
Dub?
know, man. How y'all been, fellas?
Oh, we good, bro. We good, man.
Doing
How
good,
you,
fam. Chilling.
how you and your family?
Oh, doing good, man. Just holding it down, bro. I had to jump in and come say what's up to my people, bro. I'm I'm excited about this season, fellas. I mean, I'm not gonna go through the schedule too much, but I think 10-7 is probably where we at. But Uptown, what you were saying, bro. I mean, 12 wins ain't like unrealistic because I'm gonna just go through
Hey, look,
real
I
quick.
don't go through the whole schedule or nothing like that, bro. But at least, flatter me, bro, with at least 3 games. One.
Oh yeah. I'm just gonna refresh on everybody on what we did.
Let me put it like this, right? Tell me one game that we would be surprised that you think that we will win. One game that we will be surprised that we will lose, and one game that we definitely gonna win. And then you ain't got to go through the whole thing. Okay?
Yeah. Well, I'm gonna say week 1 we come out the gates and we get a late field goal and beat the Lions. Just straight up go up there and dog them. I mean, you know what I mean? Like I just feel like Kellen's gonna have this team ready. I know there's gonna be some growing pains and everything, but I think that could be. I just think we'll be pounding the rock, bro. I think we're gonna be a nasty team this year, bro. Like real nasty. So I think we're gonna come through and upset them. I agree with you on the split with the Yucks.
Yeah.
But I don't know. It's something about, and I don't even know why with Carolina, bro. It could just be a possibility that Carolina might get us in one of them games, bro. Just a bit.
You might not be all base either, because even though I predicted that we would sweep them, they put a lot of money into their defense, bro, this offseason.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So you may be right, B-Dog. You may be right. They may be one. We may end up splitting with them rather than splitting with the Yucks, for all we know.
It just you know how it shakes out. You know what I mean? Like them games you're supposed to win, and then I don't know, bro. It could just be the way that everything starts aligning. You know what I mean? And we could be on a hot streak and run into them, and then just have one of them games, one of them kind of wake up call games. Uh, Another one I think that we could possibly win is Green Bay, bro. I mean, I think we could go and take care of that at home, because I thought maybe it was away. I don't have the schedule in front of me, but uh, I think we could take care of Green Bay. But I think we're going to be pounding the rock, because I just wanted to go over real quick and refresh everybody on our draft picks and our offseason acquisitions. Y'all know we got Jordan Tyson, wide receiver, round 1. We go and get a dog in the middle on defense, Christian Miller from Georgia. Round 3, we go get Oscar Delt, bro. We're going to be running these 3 tight end sets. I know it, man. I feel like Kellen's going to just be beefing up that O-line so we can, get some chips on some guys and pound the rock and run some play action. Then we go get Jeremiah Wright, guard, and he might be actually, in competition to get the starting spot. So you got a round 4 guy from Auburn that might be able to come through. And I think one of the sleepers might be Bryce Lance, that wide receiver from North Dakota, in round 4. He might get a shine on this year. Then we get Lorenzo Styles Jr., bro.
I think he might be a sleeper.
Yeah, bro.
He could be possibly be a nickel.
Yep.
We just gotta see how it play out.
No, I'm with you on that, bro. And then we got an absolute burner, bro. Barry Brown from LSU, baby. Mm-hmm. And then we go and get TJ Hall a corner, and he might just be playing special teams and stuff, but you never know, bro, when your numbers call. So, and I mean, you can just see how the Saints are doing. Something's different about this year. You can tell. I mean, I don't know if Mickey either doubled up on the cocaine or put it down, but they's doing something different, bro. Because, you get ETN. I mean, and I know Kamara AK is down for it. He was carrying the lion's share of all the pounding the rock, and just with injuries and everything. So I think that's going to be going back to that just dual-headed monster in the backfield. And then arguably we get the best free agent signing, David Edwards. Man, that's guard, bro. That's killer. Caden Ellis, y'all talking about him. We got Noah Fant. We got a punter, Ryan White. We got another guard, Dylan Rodriguez. Bro, I mean, and John Ridgway, a defensive tackle. So, I mean, if you think about that, they addressed every position. And I don't know. I didn't put in old boy from that we got from the Raiders too, that defensive end. Yeah. So we're gonna be stacking rack, bro. And so I mean, I just feel like this team, I was leaning towards 10 wins, like a reasonable take. But I ain't gonna lie, Uptown 12, you know what I'm saying, is very, very possible. Because if they get clicking, bro, and if they get that chemistry going, it's going to be over.
It may sound outrageous, but it also looks very attainable. I'm going to tell y'all something else that y'all don't know about this schedule, right? The Saints probably travel, and people going to say, you must be crazy, man. But we take one game out of the equation. One game out of the equation. And the Saints don't do much traveling, bro, this season. Only time we really travel is when we go into London.
Yep.
You understand? If you notice, all those games that we play are in close proximity to each other.
Right. And another thing is we got like the second easiest schedule.
Yeah, but I say, look, I hope I hope Kellen telling them, man, we got a brutal schedule. You understand? Because the last time that easy stuff, that didn't work out for us. You understand? That's why I don't even like even saying that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Last time, because remember, when we had when we supposedly had the easiest schedule, and people were just predicting us to just waltz right through the NFC South, and we know how Dennis messed that all up for us.
Yeah.
But they got to play as if every team is a dog. You know what I'm saying? And approach the season with that kind of level of intensity. Don't just get on your laurels because people are saying that you have such an easy schedule. I sure
Now,
hope have them not buying into that.
now B Dub, you said 12 wins is possible. Agreed. Now, is you gonna put expectations on the Saints to win double digits, or what? What is your expectation?
My reasonable expectations are 10 wins. You know what I'm saying? I mean, coming back, this is a complete rebuild, but I would say with the draft that we hit, I mean, I know we ain't played a snap yet, but addressing all the positions, arguably got the best receiver in the draft. You know, we got to wait and see what he's going to do. I know we got the injury and all that, but hey, we had a lot of guys that had injuries, and you know what I'm saying, came through and shocked the world, aka the GOAT, Drew Brees. You know, they told that dude he'd never play football again, and we all know what happened. So, I mean,
Miami held them on the pitch.
yeah, I mean, if I think it's all dependent on our training staff and how they're gonna, help these guys recuperate. That's all I was kind of saying in the chat is this year we got depth. See, last year we played against the failed clowns. I didn't even know. I was like, who that on the field, bro? We didn't know who any of these dudes were. And so even us to string some of them wins together,
And Tyler
just
a touchdown to them too, bro.
yeah. I mean, so I mean, I feel like this team really, with the acquisitions on paper, that seems like that would be like 2 years worth of, you know what I mean? Like people that you need to pick up to turn it around. And I feel like we're going to play bully ball this year. We're going to be pounding the rock and just, and just wearing their asses down. That's what I'm looking forward to, bro. Because I mean, you bring all them tight ends in, and then also splitting that zone. We hadn't had that vertical threat zone, you know what I mean, in a minute. So now that you have a multitude of tight ends, you can run 2 tight end sets and have one chip and then just run up in that zone and just absolutely cook them. So I'm just excited to see what's going to happen, man. And I'm not sleeping on our defense either, bro, because I know that seems like the weak spot if we were going to pick one, but you know.
I wouldn't even say because our defense finished in the top 10 last season. You understand?
Yeah.
I only considered one spot on that defense. Well, really 2 spots on that defense to be really weak right now. That they got to show me something. First of all, is that star position. That'd be done.
Mm-hmm.
That's what we've been trying to fill. Alante when he gone now, he making $20 million a year. Okay, and who's going to be what quality edge rusher is going to be able to accompany Chase on the other side.
Grandison, dog, he's a beast.
Grandison just didn't. He looked lost last season.
Yeah.
You think Grandison been playing at a high level? I think he kind of got complacent a little bit.
I know some games he did. I don't know if he's kind of one of them cats that like he can be a dog one game and then just mail it in next week, But they brought in competition, so you know what I mean. Like,
Yeah, that's true.
I think bringing in all that competition at defensive end is gonna probably light a fire under his ass a little bit, and he probably gonna show out.
Because here it is, man. You had opportunities and stuff last season, and then you let an old man and stuff like Cam Jordan mess around and get 10.5 sacks, and you wasn't able to, to be that productive. So that tells me a whole lot, bro, about what I think. And let me tell you something, right? It ain't even a knock on his ability, B-Dog. I just think that this defense is a wrong fit for him.
It could be.
I really do think so. I think this is not a good fit for him. And people would say, well, it's the same thing for Cam. But Cam, that what I think what worked in Cam's favor last season was all that experience. You understand? I think that, believe it or not, even though it was a new defense for Cam too, but I think that the experience alone, is what propelled Cam, to be successful. And Cam ain't just not no one-trick pony. You understand? I mean, he can play good against the run and he can rush the pass. You
No,
see?
I agree 100%. Yeah, he was able to just, take what he had and just utilize all his skills and his experience. I mean, dude, he's a Pro Bowler. I mean, I think Cam's gonna go to the Hall of Fame, honestly, bro. And that experience, he was able just to take what it was given to him and make them plays. So I don't know. Maybe they do a overall. Staley does an overall check on who he's got, and I don't know if we're gonna be running more than 34. I think one of the weak spots is Pete Werner, bro. I still don't know about that cat, man.
We talked
You know
about
what I
him
mean?
in our last podcast, bro. And we also talked about that too, what you was talking about too, bro. With the 2 and the 3 tight ends, man, the 12 and the 13 and the 11 personnel. He has so much, Kellen Moore got a whole lot to play with now. You understand what I'm saying?
Oh
Because
my lord, yeah.
this is what I told TV, bro, and you can look it up, bro. Teams are not very successful, man, against teams who run 12 personnel.
They
Because
really not. They really not. That's why I'm feeling like we're gonna pound the rock, but we never. We got stalled in the red zone so many times, bro, and like we've been needing some big bodies out there. You know what I mean?
Face too, bro, last season. Did y'all know we only scored 1 touchdown, man, in the first quarter all last season?
That's crazy.
Yeah, that's ridiculous.
Yeah,
That's why I feel like if we pound the rock, you know what I mean, and establish the run, bro. If we can do that, we don't have to be past that. I mean, we kind of were playing backyard ball a little bit last year. You know what I mean? And now we got a unit. We got depth. We got competition, and there's gonna be some dudes fighting for spots, bro.
duh. Boy, Kelly Moore ain't trying to have that, bro. You know how I know he ain't trying to have that? First of all, he bought in all these tight ends. And look at these damn receivers we got. I don't think we got a receiver that's shorter than 6'3".
It's crazy, bro.
So
Yeah.
all that red zone, all Tyler got to do, bro, is throw it up there for these dudes.
Oh yeah. I mean, you're gonna have a mismatch somewhere. I mean, you could have ETN. I would love them to actually have split back set and have ETN and AK back there and just run some wheel routes or something, bro, some trick routes. I mean, then you could really open it up because I feel like our O line's gonna be much better, bro.
That's coming.
Bro, look, man, we appreciate you coming through, man.
Hey, I appreciate y'all having me, fellas. Y'all have a blessed weekend, man.
Hey, man, don't be a stranger, man.
Yeah,
Hey,
baby,
man,
don't be
hit
popping
me
in,
up, man.
baby.
No doubt about it. Who that?
Who that, baby?
Too good. Shout out to B Dub, man. Been a
Shout
minute.
OT Dirty. What up, T Dirty? Man, hit the link, T Dirty. We gonna be out here after that too, bro, pretty much. We ain't gonna be real long, but this is good material that we got here.
Right.
What up, T
Dirty?
Hit the link, T Dirty. Hit the link, T Dirty.
Shout out to all the. I see some
videos. I've been looking at his videos. At some T Dirty videos. I saw his release video, even though I don't comment sometimes, bro. I like and I watch.
Shout out to the ones that was tuning in during the calls, man. Shout out to The Knights who say Nee said got my Saints Raven tickets. Shout out to you. Shout out to Randy Major. Shout out to all the ones that tuned in, man. We ain't forget about you, man.
So she going to Baltimore then. She going to BMO.
Whoa,
So,
what's Sam?
whoa, what up, D Diggity?
What's Sam? Saints Uptown. What's Sam? CB. What's Sam? Who that family? What's Sam? What up, dude? I see you out there.
Wow.
What's Sam, big dog?
Bro, look, man, I saw your schedule video and all that, right? But I want you to know, man, what you think, bro. You know what I'm saying? I mean, what you think?
All right, we start out with Detroit, right? It's gonna be. It's not. I'm not gonna lie. It's gonna be a task, but we probably basing it off of how Detroit used to look. We could actually come out there surprise teams. I remember one year. I think somebody played Detroit and they blew them out first game. So you never know. Now the game that concerns me most is probably the Ravens game. Ravens always had our damn number. But it would be surprising if we beat Detroit. You know what I'm saying? I'm not really looking at Detroit like, oh, they're a big threat. They got weapons. Don't get me wrong. I'm around St. Brown. The running back Gibbs. But like I say, we going off what Detroit used to look like. They fell off since they lost Ben Johnson. So it is what it is. But I'm excited to see the weapons we have and how they work in the system. You know what I'm saying? That's what I'm mostly excited to see. You know what I'm saying? I ain't throwing us in no Super Bowl already, but I know we're gonna be better than we was last year, and I'm waiting to see that. So yeah.
Let me ask you this, bro. I'm gonna ask you the same thing I asked my man B Dub, right? You know, what 3 games? We gonna go 3 games. One game that you think that we gonna win, that you think that we should lose. One game that we gonna lose that you think that we should win, and one game that we gonna beat the shit out of somebody.
I think we're gonna win that Detroit game because nobody really has recent footage on about it, just preseason, I guess. The game we gonna probably lose, and I think we should win. Let's see. Shit. Maybe Cincinnati. Do we play Cincinnati out there at home or what? No,
I
no,
think
I
no.
think we go to Cincinnati.
we go to six.
It could be that game because Burrow is Burrow. And the game we're gonna beat the shit out of somebody is gonna be Monday Night Football with the fucking Falcons.
Yeah,
We should. I mean.
I think
But
Kellen Moore, bro, gonna have them boys jacked up, bro. He gotta
yeah,
have them jacked up, and that's the 20th anniversary, bro. Steve Leach.
exactly. And that's why I say I think we have Detroit. We can actually beat Detroit because he got plenty of time to prepare for this game. He's not like a dumbass Dennis Allen who have a whole week to prepare for a team and still go out there and shit the bed. Kellen Moore like he gonna prepare for this. He gonna prepare. So you know what I'm saying? Like that's how Sean Payton was when he was prepared for Green Bay that first game. He checked the weather, he checking cleats, he was checking everything. So yeah. But I'm excited to see it though. I'm ready, dog. I'm ready.
So what's your overall record prediction?
I don't normally do record predictions, but I say we could probably win maybe 9+ games.
Okay.
I go 9, not starting at 9. I think we can win 9 games because, like I say, some of these teams we going off of what they used to look like. Now they did have some teams probably had a good draft, did a good free agency, but a lot of these teams have got new coaching staff, so they got to get they feet up under them. You know what I'm saying? And we catching, like I said, we catching the harder team, the teams that's in the early part of the season. You know what I'm saying? So by the time they get the rolling, we been so that's how
Right.
I yeah.
Well, for real, man. We appreciate you coming through, big brother.
Real shit, big dog. Already, man.
You heard
I
me?
seen that live. I had to jump up in here, man. I had to tune in. I ain't seen y'all in a minute, bro.
Brother, look, man, even though I may not comment or nothing like that, I'll be checking out your videos. Okay.
That's what's up, big dog. That's what's up. I know
I
life
please see
be
you
yeah. That's what's up already.
off top. You heard me?
Already, big dog.
Hey, look, bro. Don't be no stranger, man. Holla.
For sure, for sure. I be doing my little thing like with the t-shirts, man. So a lot of times I'm either busy and I got a 7-year-old, so I be doing so much stuff, bro. A lot of times I be listening. Like I said, I don't do a lot, but when you call my name, I gotta show up though. You know what I'm saying?
You know how that go, big dog. You heard
Uh,
me?
already.
Man, look, bro. Peace and blessing to you and your family, bro. Who that?
Two big dog.
Who that?
Who that?
All
Shout
right,
out to T
all
Dirty.
so that's gonna be a wrap there. You understand?
All right, well, who that nation, man? Appreciate the call-ins, man. Had a lot. Shout out to B Dub. B Dub, has been a minute, fam. Good to hear from you. Glad to hear from everybody tonight. And just like we were saying tonight, man, this is just predictions. We don't even know how our Saints is going to come out. Hopefully, we come out swinging. Got a young team. That's a good thing. So we'll see how this plays out, man. Going into training camp. Well, we got OTAs mandatory coming up, and then it's gonna be followed by mini camp and then training camp. So we about to start seeing more of what our Saints, well, at least without shoulder pads and stuff, is looking like. So we'll see, man. Uptown, you got any final thoughts before we get up out of here?
Man, just don't forget, man, to like, comment, subscribe, the whole works, tell a friend to tell a friend. Y'all know how that go. You dig?
All right. Well, Who That Nation, we will not be strangers to you all. We're going to try to do one show, at least one show a week. So we'll be back next week. Pretty sure it's going to be some information that we can throw out to you all. If not, we will, find something to talk about. It's always something to talk about when it comes to our Saints. So you guys have a good night. And this the WDN Chatline podcast, and we out. Who that?
Who that, baby? For life.